Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about universal law of gravitation. In our previous video, we have discussed about the gravitational force. It is a universal force which exists everywhere in the universe and acts between all masses or objects having some masses. According to universal law of gravitation, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force. For example, if I am considering this pen and this pencil, there is a force of attraction between these two. Okay, then when I am considering this pen and this paper or this this whiteboard, there is a force of attraction between this whiteboard and this pen, or this paper and this pen. Okay, that is according to universal law of gravitation, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force, which is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And the force is along the line joining the two centers of the objects. The line joining the centers of the two objects. Don't worry about hearing all these definitions. Let us see an example. Consider two objects. One is A, another one is B. Okay, they are kept at a distance small letter d from each other. Consider these two as uniform objects. Masses are uniformly distributed in both the objects. Let the mass of this object A be capital letter M, and let the mass of this object B be small letter m, and the distance of separation between these two objects, that is small letter d. Actually, the distance is measured from their centers. Okay, we are assuming that these two objects are uniform. These two objects are uniform objects. Masses are uniformly distributed. So, the distance is measured from their centers. Okay, now let F represents, capital letter F represents the force of attraction between these two objects A and B. Then, according to universal law of gravitation, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force. That force is taken as F, and that force is directly proportional to the product of their masses. So, if we are considering the force of attraction between these two objects, then that force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of their masses. Product of their masses means capital letter M into small letter m. Okay, product of their masses. Alright, I am taking this as 1. Then, according to the universal law of gravitation, this force of attraction F, it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is, F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The distance between these two objects, that is small letter d. So, square of this distance, that is d square. And it is said that inversely proportional. That is why written as 1 by d square. Okay, F is directly proportional to the product of these two objects' masses, and F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance of separation between them. So, inversely proportional, that is why written as 1 by d square. I am taking this as 2. Now, you see, inversely proportional to d square means when d square increases, that force decreases. When d square decreases, this force increases. Okay, directly proportional to the product of their masses. That means when this product increases, force increases. When this product decreases, force decreases. Okay, next I am combining these two expressions 1 and 2. So we can write F is proportional to product of their masses, that is capital letter M into small letter m. Then F is proportional to 1 by d square, no? So this can be written as divided by d square. So when we are combining these two equations, these two expressions, we can write F is proportional to M into m divided by d square. Okay, I am taking this as expression 3. Now, to get this in an equation form, that is equal to, F equal to one equation form, we want to remove this proportionality sign and we want to write one equal sign here. Okay, to get this in an equation form, we want to remove or we want to replace this proportionality sign with an equal sign. We cannot simply do that. While we are replacing this proportionality sign with an equal sign, we should write one proportionality constant here. So, I am writing one proportionality constant here, capital letter G. Okay, and rest here we have capital letter m into small letter m divided by d square. I'm taking this equation as equation number 4. Okay, so we got that the force of attraction, according to the universal law of gravitation, every object in the universe attract every other objects with some force. That force of attraction is actually equal to what? Some constant g into m divided by d square. Where this g, it is actually a constant of proportionality and it is called as universal gravitation constant. Okay, g is a proportionality constant and it is actually called as universal gravitation constant. Okay, now you see, if I want to, what is the SI unit of force? SI unit of force is Newton. What is the SI unit of mass? Kilogram. What is the SI unit of distance? Meter. So what about the SI unit of this new constant term, universal gravitation constant? What about the SI unit of capital letter G? To obtain the SI unit of G, we just want to rearrange this equation. I'm taking this d square to this side, that goes to the numerator. So this equation becomes f into d square is equal to g into m. Okay, I want an equation like g equal to. For that, I'm taking this m into m to this side, so that goes to the denominator. Okay, so we can write m into d square divided by, f into d square divided by m into m is equal to g. Okay, so we got one expression for that g now. Okay, g is equal to what? F into d square divided by capital letter m into small letter m, where capital letter m is the mass of this object A and small letter m is the mass of the other object. Okay, so what about the SI unit of G? SI unit of G is what? What is the SI unit of force? Newton. Okay, SI unit of force is Newton. SI unit of D square. SI unit of D, distance is meter, so meter square divided by SI unit of mass, kilogram. Again, SI unit of mass, kilogram. Kilogram into kilogram, kilogram square. Okay, so Newton meter square per kilogram square or Newton meter square kilogram raised to -2. When I am taking this kilogram raised to 2 to the numerator, it becomes kilogram raised to -2. So either you can write Newton meter square per kilogram square or you can write Newton meter square kilogram raised to -2 as the SI unit of this universal gravitation constant, capital letter G. Okay, now you see the value of this constant G is, I'm writing here, the value of this constant G is 6.673 into 10 raised to -11 Newton meter square kilogram raised to -2. So that universal gravitation constant has a constant value which is equal to 6.673 into 10 raised to -11 Newton meter square kilogram raised to -2. This value is actually found by Henry Cavendish. This law of gravitation is called as universal law of gravitation. Why? Because this law is applicable to all bodies, whether the bodies are big or small, celestial or terrestrial, like that. Now you see, this law of gravity, according to this law of gravitation, there exists a force of attraction between any two objects present in the universe. So, there is a force of attraction between this pen and this pencil. There is a force of attraction between two opposite walls. There is a force of attraction between you and your friend sitting close by. Okay. That is, just imagine that you are standing here and your friend is standing here near to you. Okay, that is, you both are standing 100 centimeter apart each other. Okay, now let you have a mass of 50 kilogram and your friend has a mass of 40 kilogram. Okay, 40 kilogram. So, what about the force of attraction between you two? According to universal law of gravitation, there must be a force of attraction exists between you two now. So, what about the force of attraction between you two? We have the expression to calculate the force of attraction between you two people standing 100 centimeter apart each other. That expression is F is equal to some universal gravitation constant G into the product of masses then divided by D square. So here you see G value is constant everywhere in the universe, 6.673 into 10 raised to -11. Okay, then product of two objects masses. So one is 50 kilogram. Another one is 40 kilogram. Okay, divided by d square. What is d? The distance of separation between you two. It is 100 centimeter. SI unit is meter. So when you are converting the centimeter into meter, this becomes what? 1 centimeter is equal to 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100 meter. This 1 by 100 can be written as 1 by 10 square, no? Okay, 10 square is 100. And when I am taking this 10 raised to 2 to the numerator, that becomes 10 raised to minus 2, no? Okay, so we can write 1 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So 100 centimeter is equal to 100 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So 100 into 10 raised to minus 2 whole square. All square is there. Okay, now while you are doing this calculation, you will get the force of attraction which is existing between you two. Okay, that is you and your friend. And while you are doing this calculation, mathematical calculation, you will get the answer as almost 13.346 into 10 raised to minus 8 Newton. Okay, this is 10 raised to minus 8, not plus 8. See, this is equal to what? 13.346 into 10 raised to minus 8 means it will be almost 0.0000001336. Right. 2, then 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 0.0000001336 Newton. See how small this value is. It is not even 0.1 Newton. It is 0.0000. Okay. See how small this value is. See how small, I mean how less the force between you and your friend is. Only this much force is there which is existing between you two. Okay, see how small this, how less the force between you and your friend is. It is very less, no? That is why you are not experiencing this force. Okay, even though we are saying that there is a force of attraction between any two objects present in the universe. So there must be a force of attraction between you and your friend, but you are not, you are not feeling that force. Right, that force is not actually, you cannot feel. You cannot feel that force. Why? See, that force is very, very, very less. That is why you are not able to feel or you are not able to experience that force. Okay, the gravitational force exists between two people. Actually, gravitational force exists between two people sitting close by, but it is negligible, very less. It is negligible, so cannot be felt. This gravitational force is the force which binds us to the earth. It is the same force which is responsible for the motion of planets around the earth. It is the same gravitational force which is responsible for the motion of planets around the sun. It is the same force which is responsible for the motion, the formation of tides due to the moon and sun. Okay, this gravitational force, no, it is very negligible between us, between two people. That is why we are not feeling that force. That is why we are not able to feel that or experience that force of attraction between us. But this force, this gravitational force is very large when we consider the force of attraction between celestial bodies. For example, let us try to calculate the force exerted by the earth on the moon. Let the mass of the earth be m suffix e, mass of the earth 6 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram. And let the mass of the moon be, that is m suffix m, mass of the moon 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 kilogram. And let the distance, okay, here we have the earth and moon is revolving around the earth. So let the distance between the earth and the moon be small letter d equal to 3.84 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer. 1 kilometer means 10 raised to 3 meter, no? Because 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. Right. 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. 1000 means what? 10 raised to 3. So 10 raised to 3 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. Kilometer is not the SI unit, no? So we want to convert that into the SI unit. That is why here written into 10 raised to 3 meter. Okay. 10 raised to 5 into 10 raised to 3 is what? X raised to m into x raised to n is equal to x raised to m plus n. Okay, so 10 raised to 5 into 10 raised to 3 is equal to 10 raised to 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter. So mass of the earth is this, mass of the moon, and the distance of separation between the earth and the moon, that is 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter. then the force exerted by the earth on the moon will be what? According to the universal law of gravitation, F is equal to some g into product of the masses divided by square of the distance or separation between them. Okay, what is this g value? It is always a constant, 6.673 into 10 raised to minus 11. Okay, what is m? Let m be, it is just the product of the two masses, that's all. Okay, you can take calculator m as the mass of the earth, or you can take calculator m as the mass of the moon. That doesn't matter. Okay, you just want to take the product of the masses, that's all. So I am taking this calculator m as mass of the earth, that is 6 into 10 raised to 24. Then into mass of the moon, I am taking it as small letter m, that is 7.4 into 10 raised to 22. Okay, then divided by d square. What is d? 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 whole square. Okay, while you are doing this calculation, you will get the value approximately equal to 2.02 into 10 raised to 20 Newton. So you will get the force of attraction, or the force with which earth attracts the moon. You will get the answer as 2.02, approximately 2.02 into 10 raised to 20 Newton. That is, the earth exerts this much force on the moon. That is 2.02 into 10 raised to 20 Newton. Okay, Earth exerts this much force on the moon. 2.02 into 10 raised to 20 means what? 202, then 18 zeros will be there. This much amount of forces exerted by the earth on the moon. So the moon experiences this much force and remains in its orbit around the earth. It's a very, large value, no? That is why moon experiences that force. But you see, when we have calculated the force of attraction between you and your friend, we got a very less value, a negligible value. That is why you're not able to feel that force of attraction between you people. Okay, but here this force is very large, no? So moon experiences this much amount of force and remains in its orbit around the earth. So in this video, we have discussed about universal law of gravitation. And according to universal law of gravitation, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And this force is along the line joining the centers of the two objects. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Thank you.